Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, a place steeped in history, but also in darkness. We're talking about the kind of darkness that lingers long after the lights go out, the kind that sends shivers down your spine and makes you question if we're really alone. We're diving headfirst into 10 of the most haunted locations Philadelphia has to offer, places where the veil between our world and the next is thin, where the spirits of the dead walk among us. Get ready, because we're about to embark on a journey into the heart of Philly's paranormal underbelly. You might want to hold on tight. This place, Eastern State Penitentiary. It's not just a building, it's a monolith of despair. You can practically feel the weight of suffering etched into these walls. They say these cells once held some of the most notorious criminals in American history. Al Capone. They say his ghost still walks these cell blocks. Imagine the things these walls have seen. The pain, the anguish, the rage. It's no wonder that energy lingers. People have reported seeing shadowy figures lurking in the cell blocks, heard whispers echoing through the corridors when no one else is around. And the sounds. Footsteps, dragging chains, disembodied voices. Some say they can even hear the screams of prisoners driven mad by solitary confinement. This place is a powder keg of paranormal activity. Dare you confront whatever awaits in the depths of Eastern State Penitentiary. Fort Mifflin. A fortress built on the backs of soldiers who fought and died for their country. But some battles never truly end, do they? This place is soaked in the blood and sacrifice of the Revolutionary War. You can still feel the echoes of cannon fire, the screams of the wounded, the fear that gripped these men as they faced their mortality. Visitors have reported hearing the ghostly roar of cannons, the clash of swords, even the anguished cries of soldiers long gone. Some have claimed to see shadowy figures in colonial garb, patrolling the ramparts as if still on duty, guarding against an enemy that no longer exists. There are stories of a particularly malevolent entity known only as the Screaming Man. Legend has it he was a soldier brutally killed during a British siege. Those who've encountered him say his screams are enough to chill you to the bone. The Powel House, a beautiful mansion with a dark secret. It's said that Samuel Powell, Philadelphia's last colonial mayor, still holds court within these walls, even in death. This place oozes with a strange energy, like something unseen is watching your every move. But it's the stories of a young girl that truly send shivers down your spine. People have reported seeing her ghostly figure flitting through the halls, her laughter echoing through the empty rooms. Some believe she was a servant who met an untimely end within these very walls. And then there are the unexplained noises. Footsteps in the dead of night, the rustling of silk dresses, objects moving on their own. It's enough to make even the most skeptical mind wonder if something truly haunts this grand old house. We're not afraid of a little history, especially when it comes with a side of paranormal activity. The Bellevue Hotel, a place where luxury and tragedy collide. You can feel it the moment you step inside. A cold spot that seems to follow you. A sense of unease that settles deep in your gut. They say a former guest, driven to despair, took his own life within these very walls. Now, his tormented spirit is said to roam the halls, unable to find peace. Guests have reported doors slamming shut on their own, lights flickering, and a feeling of being watched. Some have even claimed to see the apparition of a man, his face contorted in anguish, wandering the hallways. There's a heaviness here, a weight that seems to press down on you, as if the very air is thick with sorrow and regret. The Bellevue Hotel may be a place of luxury, but beneath its opulent facade lies a darkness. Betsy Ross House. It's more than just a historical landmark. It's a symbol of American pride. But beneath the patriotic veneer lies a chilling truth. Betsy Ross, the famed flag maker, might never have left. Her spirit, they say, is woven into the very fabric of this house. People have reported seeing a shadowy figure, believed to be Betsy herself, diligently sewing in the dead of night. Others have heard the clatter of needles, the snip of scissors, even the soft hum of her voice, as if she were still hard at work on her iconic creation. There's a palpable energy here, a sense that someone, or something, is always watching. Some believe Betsy remains, eternally bound to the home where she made history. City Tavern. A place where revolutionaries once gathered, debated, and plotted the course of a nation. But the spirits of the past haven't left. They linger here, caught between this world and the next. Imagine the conversations these walls have heard, the secrets whispered over tankards of ale. Patrons have reported seeing ghostly figures seated at the bar, their laughter and chatter echoing through the centuries. Others have described a spectral bartender, serving up spirits of a different kind, only to vanish into thin air. There's a certain electricity in the air here, a feeling that you're not alone, that you're surrounded by the unseen. Laurel Hill, cemetery, a place of mourning, of remembrance, and of restless spirits. The energy here is palpable. You can feel it in the air, heavy with sorrow and the weight of countless souls. Among these ancient trees and weathered headstones, the line between the living and the dead blurs. Visitors have reported seeing ghostly figures wandering among the graves, their voices whispering on the wind. Some have even claimed to hear disembodied footsteps following them, their pace quickening as darkness falls. There are stories of a spectral procession, a funeral cortege that appears at dusk, led by a horse-drawn hearse with no driver. They say it's the spirits of those laid to rest here, unable to find peace, forever bound to this hallowed ground. The Academy of Music, Philadelphia's oldest opera house, a place where music once filled the air, where emotions ran high. But the show, it seems, isn't over. The echoes of past performances linger, but it's the unseen audience that sends chills down your spine. They say, a mysterious woman in white haunts the balcony, her sorrowful eyes watching the stage as if yearning for a performance long gone. Stagehands have reported seeing shadowy figures moving in the wings, hearing phantom applause long after the curtain has fallen. The energy here is electric, charged with the emotions of countless performances, both joyous and tragic. Some believe the spirits of performers past remain, drawn back to the stage that brought them fame, fortune, and perhaps even their final bow. Congress Hall, a place where the fate of a nation was once decided. The very air here crackles with the energy of ambition, power, and perhaps something more, something unsettling. Imagine the debates that raged within these walls, the compromises struck, the dreams realized and shattered. Visitors have reported hearing the muffled sounds of voices arguing, doors slamming shut on their own, and an oppressive feeling that they're being watched. Some believe the spirits of former lawmakers still roam these halls, their presence felt in the cold drafts and the whispers that seem to follow you from room to room. The weight of history is heavy here, and with it comes a sense of unease, a feeling that the past isn't quite finished with this place. Congress Hall may no longer be the seat of government, but the spirits of its past still hold court. Grumblethorpe, a seemingly peaceful Quaker home with a violent past. They say blood stains the floorboards, a gruesome reminder of the battle that raged within its walls. British General James Agnew drew his last breath here, his spirit forever tethered to the site of his demise. Visitors have reported feeling an oppressive presence, a coldness that clings to you like a shroud. Some have even claimed to see the apparition of General Agnew himself, his face contorted in pain, reenacting his final moments. The energy here is heavy, thick with the weight of suffering, and the lingering resentment of a soldier cut down in his prime. They say the bloodstains on the floorboards reappear no matter how many times they're scrubbed away. A gruesome testament to the violence that transpired within these walls. So there you have it. 10 of Philadelphia's most haunted locations. For more stories of the paranormal, why not watch this one next?